YouTubers, I want to welcome you to another edition of Bargain Bin Gear. And hopefully you're subscribing and following the channel, following the videos. It's often referred to previous videos. And this video is no exception. Now, the last video I did was on the right? CW2 Pro headless guitar, right? And in that video, right, I mistakenly thought that these EMG pickups were active pickups, in particular the 81 and 85, which is a very common active pickup used by Metallica and this kind of things. However, as I inquired more, guess what? Unbelievable. But these pickups, they're still EMG pickups, but they are not active at all. There's no battery. They're passive pickups. Can you believe that? Quite stunning, really. I compared it to the pickups in the bootlegger spade, which I really liked, but after playing these pickups and playing the stock pickups in the bootlegger, well, I hate to say it, but the bootlegger pickups kind of sound weak now compared to these are monsters. Just a super, really clean sound. Man, I'm totally blown away. I just find the sound to be really great. And it's got a tone and volume control. If I turn down the tone control, of course I get less treble. It's kind of a warmer sound. Yeah, that's something I'll just have to get used to playing wise, because these can really, the dynamics of them are just crazy. I mean, basically, if you're playing, let's say, so it can get really loud. Like if you want to just put in a fill or something like. These pickups are really great, and I cannot believe they're not active. That is great too. In fact, so much so I'm really considering getting a set and putting them in the bootlegger spade. Yeah, these pickups are really very, very powerful. I'm quite amazed, really. But they may end up becoming one of my favorite pickups. I mean, it's crazy. It's like you put in these pickups automatically. You've got a real professional sound that you can record with and those kinds of things. Super clean, but super dynamic too. Now, granted, I've only had it a couple days, so give me some time to see how these work for me. Though so far I really, really like them. I'll be comparing them more with the bootlegger spade stock pickups, just to see the differences. One thing I've discovered is the stock pickups on the bootlegger spade are really kind of mellow in comparison to these pickups, right? So more inclined to playing kind of jazzy type stuff, real mellow kind of. The volume turned almost halfway down, and it does then start to sound like the bootlegger spade. When you turn up the volume, it's just crazy. wanted to make this part 2 to not lead people astray thinking that the EMGs here were active. These are not the actives. These are the passive pickups. However, unfortunately, I checked the prices too, and between the actives and these, which are the H4 and H4A, I believe, passive pickups, they're about the same price, about $100 for each pickup. That's a $200 investment. However, if you get an ERT CW2 Pro, which goes for $389, right, and put in $200 worth of pickups, like that, like this one has, then you're right at where I'd hope a guitar would be. But then again, I've been saying this for probably 20 years, so I think the economy's changed a little bit. But to me, I always thought a guitar, a good guitar, right, should never be more than $500, and this is pretty close to that. And boy, does it play! It plays really well. I'm serious. Just really nice. I mean, really quite impressed. And I have to get used to these pickups, because they're very dynamic in a different way than the stock passive pickups. And so far, I'm really liking those pickups. And I'm thinking of getting a set to put in the bootlegger spade. That's how much I like these pickups, and the guitar itself, And you would think a headless guitar, well, that's just a gimmick, right? But I don't think that's the case at all here. I mean, the balance is just right and things. It's just a really pleasant guitar to play. And eventually, when I get the handle on the dynamics and things, for example, turning down the tone or the volume gets you that more kind of passive pickup sound. Even though it is passive, I get that. But changing the volumes makes a huge difference. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to clear that up. So I'm going to call this part 2 of this, can this headless heavy metal guitar actually have a great clean sound? Part 2. And it's basically, I'm going to put it out as soon as possible to clear up any confusion, whereas I was totally under the impression that it was an active pickup. And that's how different it was to the stock pickup, I totally believed it. I'm glad I looked into it. And here's another bonus. Remember this guitar, I said this in part 1, it was kind of a heavy metal guitar, and so it had the kill switch, kind of like Randy Rhoads and Buckethead used, that. And momentarily kills your signal, so you play it rhythmically and that kind of thing. But for clean guitar, it's totally useless for me. However, here's what I was thinking. And I mean, I haven't done this, I haven't verified it or anything. But since this is passive pickups, right, I can take out that kill switch, and I'm thinking of putting in a coil tap. How cool would that be? right? So not only would you have the 3 sounds from the 3-way switch, right? The neck, middle position, and then the bridge. But you could have 3 extra sounds, coil taps, right? So take a humbucker and maybe use only one of them. I'm not sure if we can do that, but I think you can because it's a passive pickup. Anyway, that's something I'll look into as well. All right, very interesting. And I'll tell you, it's really, at least from these 2 guitars, the bootlegger spade and the the EMG pickups make a huge difference in the sound, without question. And don't get me wrong, I still love the bootlegger spade. However, I cannot deny the sound quality of the the playability of it, and for the price. Remember, it's half the price of the bootlegger spade, which is about $600, $699, something like that. Whereas this little guy's $389. Now, granted, that's with the stock pickups, and so if you wanted to put these EMGs in there, yeah. And I'm still trying to get used to the EMGs because they can go from real quiet, this kind of. Harder you play, of course, right? So you could hear pretty soft to really loud. Terrible camera angle. You can't see me at all. Anyway, so basically you can go from real soft to real loud. And that's something that just from experience of playing with it, that you can get a handle on those dynamics and get used to, whether you want it real loud or softer. Alright, very good. I'll see you next time.